Okay, this is a serious cold outreach teardown, and it needs so much work, Jeremy, that we need to dive right in. Please put 10 minutes on the timer.
Oh, yes.
It's just this is an ugly one. And look, I'm sorry, a listener submitted this as a teardown, but whatever, you want to get it better. There's only one way to do it. So right as we dive in, use quickmail.com if you're looking for agency level cold email infrastructure and you want deliverability AI. And if you'd rather not do lead gen yourself, hire SalesBread. Head over to salesbread.com and talk to us how we'll bring you one lead per day by sending ultra personalized cold emails and LinkedIn messages for you. Okay, so
Can you zoom a bit, Jack?
I can, Jeremy. So
Nice.
let,
Perfect.
let's start at the top. Subject: audit your IT expensive names. All right, that's bad. That's absolutely bad. So we need to know what this message says.
Yeah, I will revisit the subject after, right?
Yeah, let's give it a quick read through, especially for you listener who's checking us out on the audio version of the podcast. So it reads, "Hi name. A major opportunity for many businesses is their internet and phone bill. I've seen folks paying blah and blah per phone line, which is absurd. Please look right now, make sure this isn't happening to you. The other thing I see is people paying more for internet connect." Let's stop here. There's a lot of things wrong already. God, a major opportunity for businesses or phone bill. So this definitely needs to change. Okay.
But it looks like this email is about reducing your phone bill. That's basically what it's about, right? That could even be the
Okay.
title, like from what we're looking at. It could just be
Exactly.
phone bill.
Exactly. Exactly. And potentially, company name, maybe?
Yeah. Oh yeah, a question. Yeah,
Yeah.
like apostrophe
Company
S.
name.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Potentially. All right. That's a little better
Uh,
subject line.
And we should remove this
Yeah.
line. Yeah.
A major opportunity is the internet and phone bill. Right.
Looks like
Right.
advertisement.
So what we'd like to do is figure out. Ooh, okay. Let's start at the end, Jeremy. We got 7 minutes. We're good. We want some business owner to change their phone plan. What's the call to action?
Maybe a phone call or like a quote, maybe a quote, get a quote.
Okay. What if we combined like some sort of a pitch within the CTA? So let me just craft one with you here.
Mm.
If we could reduce insert company name,
Oh, by
company names,
30% or whatever.
right, phone bill by 30% by next month, would it be worth a call, a conversation?
Yep.
Okay,
Hey,
so
or you could also use the other approach, which is like, hey, would it be a terrible idea to have a fun conversation if we could, reduce your phone bill by 30%? I mean, both works. It's
mm-hmm.
exactly the same, but maybe
Okay,
we'll cover it in a different episode. The fishing
sure,
for no.
yeah, okay. So I think whatever angle the idea is, okay, forget a major opportunity is their phone, but it's not, by the way. But let's just cut straight to it. In fact, okay, this would almost make up the entire email in my book. Like, don't try and do too much. Now let's comb through the rest of the cold email just to see if there's any social proof that we left out. Okay. People paying more money for an internet connection with speeds 100 megabytes per second. Yeah, I don't know. Okay.
Look, he's
Audit
talking
this.
about an audit, right? It's time for an audit to maximize your investment. So it looks to
Right.
me that the CTA would be about like getting an audit here. So we could do two different campaigns. We could do one for fishing for interest, which is great, worth a conversation to reduce your phone bill. What if I tell you that you could reduce your phone bill by 30%, and then you could actually just add a proof, social proof, like, hey, company such and such that are, similar to you in your area,
Yes,
been
yes, yes,
been
yes.
reducing by 50%. So I'll be surprised if we can't reduce by 30% your current bill. Would it be worth to have an audit?
There you go.
That could actually be a really nice approach.
Okay, Jeremy, really cool. I love this. Which you've just given an idea for the copy and also for the
Hmm.
list. So let's
Oh,
let's
nice.
imagine that this company that's writing this cold email has a client in, let's say, Brooklyn, New York. What I would do, even if that was the only client, is find companies within, you know, a 2 block radius of this Brooklyn company. So I'm going to say high prospect name, close company one, also in neighborhood, Brooklyn.
Nice. Hmm.
Um, just let's say
Reduce their phone bill.
we could do that. I'm curious if we do the pain first, like um,
Oh, I see what you
thought,
mean.
thought they were
Uh,
thought they were overpaying, um, at, insert average prices in Brooklyn. So
mm,
thought they were overpaying at, $100, or let's say $200 a month. And what I want this number to be is a little bit under what the recipient is currently paying right now for
that's
their
clever.
phone, and 100 megabytes per second, um, let's say fiber internet,
Hmm. Hmm.
right? Um, how do you like that? That works? Hmm.
Yeah, that's an angle that definitely will need testing. That could
Okay.
definitely be when, your version A for A/B testing for sure.
Yep. Um, so then let's carry on here. Let's say after time frame, how long would it take after um, a 10-minute call? I wonder, do you think the word slash is better or worse than cut? Do we want to be like
Ooh, that's a good
aggressive?
question. What do you think about um what do you think about instead of actually telling them, they cut their pricing or whatever after 10 minutes call, what about we promise them that if they call us, they have an answer within 10 minutes if they can save money or not. So it's a bit like, hey, we don't promise you anything except that we're only going to take like 10 minutes of your time, no more.
Okay, I don't even want their time yet. Like, I just want to check in. Are you trying to save 30% on phone and internet for your company, like your neighboring account did? So, Jeremy, what about this? Our new service, and then here's what I'm going to say that is the only feature in this whole email. It's like our new service that uses, let's say, VoIP instead of um, costly landlines. Okay, whatever. Um, Save them 30% after a 10-minute call, right? Um, Checking in. Did I say anything that you're like, that's weird?
From talking with the customer, talking with this person, he said that basically everyone's offering more or less the same thing. It's really just the price, the differentiator in terms
But
of.
now at 9 minutes, you tell me this? What the hell,
It's a sort
Jeremy?
of like commodity. That's a problem. But
This
but I
is
think it does
awful.
work. No, I think everything works, right? It's just like you might not be able to,
Fine.
point a
But
specific
that's a
text.
hell of a wrench. It's a hell of a wrench to throw in this campaign. I would suggest I didn't hear that right now. Let's
All
say they
right.
did have something. Otherwise,
I don't know,
we need to throw
because
everything
otherwise
out.
that could be like a competitor type of approach, right? As is like, hey, I don't know if you can actually name drop, some of your competitors and just like poo on them. I don't know if this is a right way of doing in a cold outreach, to be honest. Like saying like, hey, if you're using AT&T, whatever, whatever, you're getting ripped off. I
Well,
don't, I
slow
think I
down.
think you're getting
I
sued
don't. I don't
for doing
think
that.
that's going on here, though. Correct?
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
What do you
So
mean?
there isn't a competitor being mentioned. What do you say?
No, that's my point. Like, what would you actually think about like doing this? I think you will get sued.
I don't think you have to. I don't think you'd be sued either. Um, worse things have been said on more important mediums than a cold email. No offense, but anyways, I let's
All right, let's carry on. Let's carry on.
let's carry on. I think we're very close.
Well, it could be a new offering. It doesn't have to be a new service, right? So, or new offering, and that's it. Saves about 30% after just a 10 minutes call. You don't need to actually improve like a new technology. It could just be like a new package.
Okay, so we're at time. Um, so what if we said
Well, you could just put like a 10-minute call because you
here?
basically
Yeah,
just say it above, like, within 10-minute call we could do like,
is seeing how much you could. Oh, how about this? Let's forget the call because we're in blood red waters. This is very competitive. I'm just going to say, can I share our price sheet with you so you can see how much company would be saving each month. There you go. That way it's pre-call. It's just, look, our prices is why you want to respond to this email. So prices you get when you reply. And
I'm
a lot of
usually
times,
not. Sorry, go ahead,
nor
Jack.
am I. If price is your unique selling point, I mention it in the email, absolutely, or the LinkedIn message. And I sometimes base a CTA around our pricing is so competitive. Would you like to see how much you'd be able to save? Right. It becomes a benefit where it usually isn't mentioned.
Yeah,
I don't
I
know,
like that
Jeremy.
better than actually giving them like a sheet to actually be able to calculate themselves. It looks complicated. So can I share with you how much, a quote on your on
Okay.
like
Yeah.
a quote so
So
you can see how much you'll save compare. Because otherwise I like those kind of like, hey, I can send you a document and so on, but I always like to do it in exchange of something. So for example, hey, do you want to send me, can you send me how much you're paying and I'll tell you, how much you will save or something like
let's try
that.
this.
Or like
So
tell
yeah,
me your provider and I'll tell you how much you can save. There
that's
must be a
that.
way of finding.
There's nothing wrong with that one as well. I would like to just add this. Reply yes, and I'll share a quote for phone and fiber with you, so you can see how much company
Oh,
would be
that's
saving
nice.
each month.
Oh,
Right?
that's nice. That's
It's
cool.
just a yes. Okay.
And that is the exchange. It's like you're asking for yes in exchange of that. So there is an exchange of value here. I like that. All right, cool. So this is it. So what do we got?
All right. Let's do a
Company
read
phone
through
bill. Yeah, go
yeah.
for it.
Subject is company phone bill. Hi, Jeremy. Let's see. Close company.
Well, let's
Sure.
just say company X.
Okay.
We don't mention my
Hi,
competitors on
Jeremy.
the cast.
No, it's not a
Oh,
competitor.
that's true.
It's
That's a
a
company
in your
nearby.
neighborhood. There you
That's
go.
true. That's true.
So, hi, Jeremy. Nike, also in Brooklyn, thought they were overpaying at 200 a month for their phone and 100 megabyte per second fiber internet. Our new service that uses voice over IP instead of costly landline saved them 30% after a 10-minute call. Reply yes, and I'll share a quote for phone and fiber with you so you can see how much QuickMail would be saving each month.
That's
Yeah,
that's good.
better. It's better.
100% better.
And so let's end let's quit while we're ahead. No, I think there's a lot of thought that needs to be put into these campaigns that, okay, this is a commodity product or service. So therefore you have to make it so obvious why this would make their life better and make the call to action so easy for them to take it in order to make this work. Now, last, like, it's kind of a tactic. If you're really in a jam, I'm going to draw on a past client that I've spoken with, said that their campaign sucked. And during COVID, they figured out how to make almost all of their prospects reply and start conversations with them for basically an expensive and yet commoditized service. I was like, how did you do it? They said, well, instead of sending emails about our product or LinkedIn messages about what we do, it was during COVID and we had a connection who could get N95 masks. So we just said, look, you're in our marketplace. We'd love to do business with you at some point down the road, but right now we're aware that you probably are in a place where you need some more masks. We happen to have a supplier worth a chat. I can figure out how to get some masks over to your HQ. And while that wasn't focused on the product, that sold a lot of units for them because it got their buyers into the door for the first time. So if you're really truly in a jam, maybe try another thing to get them on the line with you. And if you like that, course.quickmail.ai has more. Or again, go to quickmail.com for a trial or salespread.com, and we'll do a free 15-minute brainstorm session. Anything to add, Jeremy? What I forget?
No, very cool. So
Should
did the people actually who sold mask actually did sell more their original product in the end?
No, that's what I'm saying. Like
Yeah.
they sold a lot of it. Like they didn't make any money on the mask. It was just, look, we have a connection with someone who has it, and they'd be willing to work deals.
So that may be a different case, but is that fair to say that they just like basically build reciprocity in a sense? Like they get them out of the ditch, and then the other guy say, okay, well, let me look at what your offer is.
Um, I'm not. Yes, there's reciprocity, but I think that's only a piece of it. I think what's going on here is they said, look, the email did say, while we'd love to do business with you one day, we sell X and Y. Right now, we're so it showed them, it got on their radar, and it helped them establish a relationship. I think that's a lot of times getting your foot in the door is half the battle. So
Yeah.
think about ways you can do that even outside the typical sales process.
Oh, very nice. Very great story. All right. Thank you, Jack. And see you next week.